The crown princess was personally given by the crown prince to a dead man and was suffocated alive in a coffin. Fortunately, the next second, the woman was reborn, and the first thing she did after rebirth was to stop the empress from bestowing a marriage between herself and the crown prince. Unexpectedly, the crown prince was also reborn. He immediately dragged his sick body to the empress, claiming that in this life, he only wished to marry his true love and would never marry the woman, not knowing that the woman also desired this outcome. After the crown prince miraculously recovered, he did not attribute it to the woman's efforts, but believed that her body could naturally heal itself. So upon learning that his true love died tragically because she didn't marry him, he blamed everything on the woman. Not only did he throw out her newborn twins to feed the dogs, but he also gave the woman who had just given birth to be buried with the recently deceased general. Fortunately, heaven took pity and allowed the woman to be reborn at the moment she was summoned into the palace by the empress. In this life, she and the crown prince found each other mutually displeasing, yet unexpectedly worked together to stop the empress's arranged marriage. Moreover, the crown prince confidently assured the empress, claiming that she would naturally recover in a month and did not need the woman's good fortune to nourish her. However, the empress, to be completely sure, still did not relent and let the woman go, and instead had her temporarily stay in the crown prince's eastern palace. This made the woman very anxious, because the crown prince's body would not hold out until the wedding day. By then, if the crown prince's condition worsened, she would still be given to the crown prince by the empress to bring good fortune. In order to avoid repeating the same mistakes, the woman must get married before the crown prince's wedding. Just when the woman was at a loss, she suddenly saw the coffin she had slept in during her previous life, and learned that it was prepared in advance by the old lady of the general's residence for the seriously ill general, indicating that the general's illness had reached an incurable stage. So she went directly to the general's residence, claiming that she was willing to use her special constitution to save the critically ill general. The old lady had also heard about the miraculous effects of nourishing the body, but since the woman was someone the empress valued, how could she dare to compete with the empress for her? Unexpectedly, the woman assured her that she would make the empress willingly release her, and asked the old lady to go before the empress to propose marriage in 3 days, then return to the crown prince's eastern palace. Unexpectedly, the palace maid had already been bribed by Bai Yuguang and only prepared a bowl of leftovers for her. So the woman went along with the plan, slapped the maid hard, directly attracting the attention of the prince and his beloved. When the beloved pretended to show concern, the woman took out a silver needle and pricked her on the shoulder. This way, the white moonlight could quickly be diagnosed with a fake pregnancy, making the empress mistakenly believe that the crown prince had already recovered, thus no longer needing her. However, this action made the crown prince mistakenly think she was being jealous, so to vent for the white moonlight, the crown prince ordered people to tie the woman up and give her a beating.
If you say you can no longer have children, then won't mother stop forcing me?
Marry you again?
Jonggran, what do you mean?
Afterward, the crown prince ordered people to turn the woman over, intending to completely destroy her auspicious body. Fortunately, the empress saved the woman in time. Hearing that she had been unconscious for 3 days, the woman hurriedly asked about the prince's health, but the empress mistakenly thought she was concerned about the prince. The empress quickly told the woman that the prince's health had noticeably improved recently. Not only could he walk on his own, but sometimes he could also take his beloved out of the palace for hunting. The empress thought this was a sign of the crown prince's self-recovery, but only the woman knew that the crown prince was nearing his end, experiencing a final burst of energy. At this time, the old madam of the general's residence came as promised to see the empress and requested the woman. The empress, worried about how to win over the general's residence, immediately agreed without hesitation. The old madam decided to betroth the woman to the general. Unexpectedly, the crown prince suddenly appeared. He heard that the empress wanted to grant a marriage, and immediately assumed the empress wanted to give the woman to him. So before the empress could explain, he criticized the woman from head to toe. Then told the empress that Bai Yuguang is already pregnant. The empress was overjoyed upon hearing this, and seeing the crown prince energetically stand up to drive the woman out of the palace, she felt even more at ease. She immediately told the crown prince that she was just about to arrange a marriage between the woman and the general. The crown prince then realized he had made a big mistake, but he inexplicably felt a sense of unwillingness in his